The smell of coffee is in the air. It must be time for another episode of The Art of Struggle. Welcome to another episode of my podcast called The Art of Struggle. You can hear me rant about art, video games, movies, pop culture, CGI, the industry, and much, much more. My name is Fatai Opawoye, and I'll be your guide as we explore the world of CG, pop culture, and the people who make it all possible. Today, I wanted to kind of just talk about courage and perseverance, keeping on and keeping on. So let's just dive right in. I think it's easy to have courage when you're well off or you've got a safety net. I think real courage comes when you've got rent due, you've got a car note due, you've got other responsibilities and obligations, but you want to pursue your dreams. And the sacrifices you make, get a lot harder when you are looking at eviction, when you're looking at hunger, when you're looking at, just not even meeting those basic necessities. So I think the most important thing is, for me, was I had to get those basic necessities met. I had to get something where I met my basic necessities. Because what they don't tell you about being an entrepreneur is you are responsible for everything. Every single thing. The day you stop being an employee isn't the day that your work, gets halved or you do the same work. No, the day that you stop being an employee is the day that you start becoming a boss, or that you are a boss. People's lives depend on you. People's mortgages depend on you. People's food, people's shelter, people's family stability depend on you. If you have employees, if you don't have employees, then all that falls on you. And for all those guys just getting out of school, just getting your first jobs, be careful of contract positions, in the sense that when it comes to contract positions, you are responsible for being your own boss. You are responsible for putting aside Uncle Sam's money every single paycheck. Just take out 10%, put it away, don't even think about it. It's not yours. It's not your money, nacho cheese. That's my little monicum for that. It's nacho cheese, like nacho cheese. It is nacho cheese. All right. So yeah, definitely put that aside, because I think it's easy to be courageous if you've got things to fall back on. You've got, family money. You've got this. You've got the. But how do you act when your back is against the wall? How do you act when you have to maybe live in your car? You got to live on somebody's floor. You've got to do what you have to do to get to the next level. You've got to stay with a friend for a while because you can't afford rent at this point. That's when your real battle facade is tested. How hungry you are. Your hunger will be tested. Because it's important. It's important to be hungry. I've always had, for me, my worst comes to worst, I move back to Nigeria. And I live my life, in Nigeria, teaching what I know to people in Nigeria. That's But I've got family that depends on me. So for me, it's like I don't have a choice. It's either make it or bust. And that's how I treat my life, like my back's against the wall every single day. Like tomorrow, I might not wake up. Tomorrow, I might not be able to do what I was doing today. Something might happen to hinder me. Have I set up enough? Have I put enough in place, systems that will generate me whatever I need? And that's how I'm trying to live my life, with a sense of urgency. Sometimes you have to take time to smell the roses, but sometimes you got to blow past those goddamn roses onto your destination. So yeah, man, it's a courage is hard. Courage is a hard one. I'm telling you, man, it's easy to be courageous when you got it in the bank. It's easy to be courageous when you have safety nets, and you're too big to fail. Like you're in Wall Street or something. You're just too big to fail. You can mess up everybody's money and it doesn't mean anything. When it really counts, a test of your real character is, I'm telling you, when you can't afford rent, when your internet's off, your lights are off, the stuff in your fridge is going bad, your car note's here, you just got a ticket for no insurance, no license, no nothing, because you can't afford any of that, and you're trying to build on top of your dream. That's when your courage is tested. That's when your character is tested right there. What are you doing to get out of that situation? Because it's hard for a lot of people out here. And the few that survive, the few that make it, have the grit to see past all the obstacles in their way and just ram on through and get it through every single day. Know that my moment right now is bad. My situation right now is bad. But as long as I keep working, as long as I keep putting out content, as long as I keep doing what I'm supposed to do, that on the other side is the life that I want to live. I'm telling y'all, it's truly remarkable what you're willing to put up with, what you're willing to go through, what you're willing to survive, what you are capable of surviving with the right motivations. For me, a lot of the time, what motivates me is when somebody's like, you can't do that, or, you don't have what it takes, or, somebody doubting my ability to do something, I think makes me double down, makes me triple down, makes me feel like, all right, you don't believe in me, so now I have to do everything in my power to prove you wrong by succeeding. Not just succeeding to the next level. And I think I feel like that's how successful people get to where they are, is by using all the negativity, all the things that are happening around them as catalysts, as fuel to get them to that next level. Whatever puts that gas in your engine, whatever fires you up in the morning to get up and do something great, whatever fires you up. It's a very, very interesting thing, courage. Because they say you're not courageous when it's easy. That's not when you're courageous. You're not courageous when the it's easy to do the right thing. That's not courage. When everybody else is doing the wrong thing, do you have the will, the testament, the character to do the right thing? That is courage. Do you have what it takes to do the right thing when everybody else around you is doing the wrong thing? Do you have the courage to stay at home when all your friends are out partying? Do you have the courage to study an extra hour that night to make sure that you understand what needs to be done? Do you have the courage to do all of that and then start your own business on the side? Do you have the courage to learn the software it needs to get your business running? Do you have the courage, even though you don't know it, even though you've never opened the program, do you have the courage to learn what you need to get you to the next level? And there's never gonna be a perfect time. There's never gonna be this is the moment. You just have to start. If you think, okay, one day I'm just gonna make time, 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 you're gonna realize that there is no time left. So there is no time like the present to be courageous. There is no time like the present to do what it is you love to do. It might be small right now. It might be something on the side. It might be something that you felt like you just wanted to dip your toe into. Dive in on the side. If the water's cold, you're gonna get used to it as soon as you jump in. And if it's too cold, you can get out. And that's the beauty of life, is nothing is ever permanent. We're not permanent. We're not gonna be here forever. Pain isn't permanent. Suffering isn't permanent. Being broke is a state of mind. So get out of that state of mind and get to the next level. Struggle. Do what you got to do. If it's staying up till 2 every night to make sure that you understand it more than the people next to you, do just that. If it's staying up to figure out the problem that you had that you know would make you a little faster, do it. If it's learning what you need to learn, do it. If it's calling, do it. Do what you got to do. If it's cold calling every single person in your phone book to see if you can get a reference, a recommendation to do something, do it. It's not gonna be easy. It's not just gonna fall in your lap. You've got to make it happen every single day. You've got to work on it. You've got to hold yourself accountable. I want to thank you for listening to another episode of The Art of Struggle. I want to remind you that you can listen to any of these episodes on iTunes, Pocket Cast, Spotify, pretty much wherever you get your podcast from. You can watch the most recent episodes on YouTube. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter at Art of Struggle. I want to remind you to keep making those art gains. Keep drawing, keep painting, keep sculpting, keep dancing, keep singing, keep programming, keep writing. Because the life you want is on the other side of your struggle. My name is Fatai Opawoye. This is The Art of Struggle, and I'm signing out.